We meet once again on another episode of Crime Watch, where we enlighten you on our roles and operations, as well as inviting you to work hand in hand with us in fighting the scourge of crime in our communities. I am your host, Onesisa Sivanda. As we start this week's episode, we give you highlights of some people who, through your cooperation, have been arrested, arraigned before the courts of law, subsequently convicted, and given varying sentences. George Hangaire, aged 35, and Lakim Lambo, aged 27, were convicted and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment each at Harare Magistrate Court after they were found in possession of 46 kgs of Sesa Ahmad cables. Kurai Kamba, aged 31, who raped a 29-year-old woman, was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment at Masvingo Regional Court. Zephaniah Muyambo, aged 47, was convicted and sentenced to 19 years imprisonment at Mutare High Court after he struck his nephew, Samson Muyambo, aged 21, with a log to death, accusing him of disrespecting him. Spending time in prison is usually expected to give former prisoners new lease of life of repentance and remorse. However, this was not the case for a Harare man, Lamusi Ntula, aged 56, who after spending several years in the dock for unlawful entry and theft cases was recently apprehended on similar charges.
Of late, we've realized that there's been an upsurge of cases of unlawful entry into premises. We then set up a team and we realized that there was one notorious suspect who was released from Chikru prison on similar charges. Then we managed to carry out a raid and we arrested him, and as a result of the raid we managed to recover a lot of property, which includes gadgets such as plasma televisions, laptops, cash, clothing, and various other household goods. The complainants or victims came and 4 of them managed to identify part of the recovered property as their property which they'd lost through unlawful entry and theft. I also want to urge members of the community that they must not leave their premises unattended, especially when they are traveling for some time.
In a similar case involving a former convict, police in Waterfalls have made a breakthrough in accounting for Tinashe Chiminya, aged 26, who had wreaked havoc in and around Waterfalls suburb, committing a spate of unlawful entry and theft. His arrest led to the recovery of goods worth more than 100,000 Zimbabwean dollars.
This station has been receiving an increase of reports in cases of unlawful entry and theft. This week we then managed to arrest 4 accused persons. Of the 4, we arrested one young man aged 26 who has been in prison for 3 years for similar cases and was only released in December 2018. He did not repent and he carried on with the commission of unlawful entry and theft cases in areas around Waterfalls. When we arrested this young man, we then referred the case to our criminal investigation department.
We were handed over accused person from ZRP Waterfalls, a young man aged 26 years, who was facing charges of unlawful entry and theft. We interviewed the suspect and he managed to clear a total of 12 cases of unlawful entry and theft, which were occurring around Waterfalls and a retreat farm. And we managed to recover a number of plasma televisions, gas tanks, laptops and cell phones and other electrical gadgets. The value of the recovered property is over 100,000. So far, the suspect was taken to court where he was remanded in custody and will appear in court very soon.
Crime Watch caught up with some of the complainants who recovered their goods.
mapurisa vaine mbavha yayabatwa zvinhu zvakandishamisa zvisingaiti. Mbavha iyi yatotaura kuti yakabata TV, saka ndatazobva kumba nemapurisa tichiuya kuzotarisa zvinhu zvanga zvarikavhwa, ndibva ndaona TV yangu iripo, saka ndinongonzwa kungofara. Ndiri munhu yanga handisati ndamboshanda nemapurisa, ndaitoti handitodi, ndaitoti kana daende kanzo munhu aenda unoripota vazhinji ndaingonzwa chiti zvinhu hazvidzoke kana chatongobiwa chabiwa saka ndopfungwa dzandaiva nadzo idzodzo but pari zvino ndakutonyatsoona kuti kushanda nemapurisa chinhu chakanaka.
So unokuencourage kune vanhu vakabirwa vari kufila kuti like zvinhu hazvina basa zvakabiwa kuti munoripota macases enyu kumapurisa.
Ndinoda kukurudzira vanhu vanongave vakashayiwa zvinhu zvavo munzvimbo dzinoti Retreat Park, Prospect, Southlands, Hopley vauye vatarise pane zvinhu zvatiinazvo zvatakakwanisa kuwana. Ndinoda kutenda mapurisa nebasa guru ravakaita. Ndichitenda uye ruzhinji nekusenza kwakanaka kwavari kuita nemapurisa epawaterfalls ndizvo zvinoita kuti tikwanise kurwisana neumbavha munzvimbo yedu.
Meanwhile, there's been a worrying trend of vandalism of streetlights by thieves targeting solar panels and batteries installed at the streetlights. Police in Braeside and Highlands have accounted for some of the people involved in this offense, and some of the batteries have been recovered in the process.
Semapurisa eZRP Braeside tashushikana zvikuru kunyanya kubiwa kwemasolar panels nemabhatiri anga achishandiswa mumastreet lights emuna Airport Road. Takazogara pasi neCID yedu takaisa mapurisa anopatrola masikati nousiku. Izvi zvakatibatsira. Musi wa 22 August takakwanisa kubata mbavha 3 dzinogara kuEpworth. Takaona paongororo yatakaita kuti vakomana vanga vachibava vaigona kusvika ari masikati vaine zvipanera mumasechero vogara pasi vachiita sevanhu vari kutandara vari pamumvuri. Nguva iyoyo vainge vari kusungunura mapo ainge akabata masolar panels. Vaizouya uri usiku apo pavaiputsa vozoba masolar panels. Saka isusu semapurisa tine chikumbiro kwamuri voruzhinji kuti anenge aona munhu anga masikati kana usiku anenge achitambira muna Airport Road mukara padhuze pama street lights atiri kutaura nezvawo mutizivise nokukurumidza kana kuzivisa mapurisa anenge ari pedyo nemi. Uyezve kune veruzhinji tinokuzivisai kuti kana muri kutenga midziyo yakaita semasola kana mabhatiri musatenga mustreet kana kune unregistered dealers munogona kutenga zvinhu zvakabiwa. Izvo zvinogona kuzokunetsai mava kuzosungwa zvakare.
My station investigated a case where criminals were targeting solar batteries along Enterprise Road, Corridor Road and Airport Road. The criminals would take these batteries and sell to members of the community. We managed to arrest the accused persons and recovered a substantial number of such batteries. We would like to urge members of the public that if they have any information of those or those who could have bought those batteries to come forward and surrender them.
Street lights provide light during the night, thereby protecting us from night predators. Let us report anyone we see vandalizing or tampering with street lights to any nearest police station. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Police in Kulumane have arrested a trio in connection with theft of car parts and unlawful entry and theft cases. The trio will smuggle goods to neighboring countries where they will sell them to unsuspecting people.
Recently, we arrested 3 suspects in connection with the cases of theft of car parts, unlawful entry and theft. And during that process, we managed to recover car parts, batteries, gas stoves. Went on with our investigations, and we realized that these 3 suspects are also stealing from within the country and sell those stolen properties to different people in Zimbabwe as well and abroad.
Tina siyabonga sibonga amapolisa asebenze kakhulu sathole iproperty yethu yemota ngoba yayitshontshiwe. Siyabonga kakhulu amapolisa asebenze kakhulu. Sasingakholwa ukuthi sizakuthola impahla zethu zene zesitshontshiweyo.
Members of the public may use dogs to protect their premises against cases of unlawful entry and theft. However, dogs may become a nuisance when they bite innocent people. Recently, the police, in conjunction with the Zimbabwe National Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, engaged members of the public to deliberate on issues regarding dogs.
We came here to address the residents of Tomlinson and also some police chiefs to educate them more about stray dogs and general knowledge about animal welfare. We would like to advise the members of the public that every year as the SPCA, we do what we call a free rabies vaccination program in August. So for those who cannot afford to vaccinate their animals, we'll keep you informed so that you can come to the stipulated points and you get your rabies certificate. We are also urging members of the public that vending puppies on the road is actually a criminal offense.
Every dog keeper in any area has to conform to the municipal bylaws of the area. They are also supposed to conform to the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. Whatever challenges they face concerning keeping of dogs and vaccination of dogs, they are supposed to conduct SPCA so that their dogs are vaccinated. As Zimbabwe Republic Police, we are going to arrest all those who don't conform to the municipal bylaws.
Moving on, police are concerned with the occurrence of murder cases resulting from disputes over trivial issues. Police in Mount Darwin are investigating a case of murder in which Clifford Chingururu, aged 35, stabbed his wife with a knife all over the body after accusing her of having an extramarital affair. However, Chingururu later committed suicide after the offense. In another case, police in Yamandlovu have arrested Nhlanhla Dube, aged 41, who stabbed Nkosiyalinda Dube, aged 40, with a knife once on the head after the deceased had demanded his money which Nhlanhla owed him. Always find amicable ways of solving disputes. In cases of domestic or social disputes, people should engage the services of councillors, police, community leaders, or any other civic organizations qualified to handle such cases. Apart from these cases, police are also investigating murder cases resulting from armed robberies. Police in Bulawayo arrested an unrepentant ex-convict, Thinkwell Moyo, aged 36, in connection with armed robbery and murder cases.
During the period extending 26 March 2018 and 16 April 2018, CID Homicide received 2 cases of murder. When we analyzed the 2 murder cases, we realized that they were similar in that the persons who were being murdered were pirate taxi drivers. Their possessions and the taxis were never found. We instituted investigations and we arrested one Freddy Due and his accomplice Neva Bofu in connection with the matters. During the interviews, they implicated one Thinkwell Moyo as the ringleader, and we managed to arrest the accused person. The accused voluntarily made indications at both scenes illustrating how he committed the offenses. The accused also led us to a bush area in Famona, that is Inyati area, where he showed us the remains of one of the taxis. The taxi had only a shell, since the accused person and his accomplices bent it to conceal the murder, but fortunately its chassis number remained visible, and we were able to trace it to the first pirate taxi driver. The accused person has been charged with 2 counts of murder. We are very grateful to the members of the public who gave us the information which led to the arrest of Thinkwell Moyo.
Welcome to the final segment of Crime Watch. Overspeeding is a major cause of accidents world over. Remember, speed thrills, but it also kills.
The fight against road deaths, loss of limbs and property is incomplete without harnessing technology. We as Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe would like to lobby, would like to urge authorities that we use technology in respect of demanding that drivers behave the way we want. Across the globe, the most dangerous or most risky factor is speed. Our drivers are driving too fast for conditions available. Our drivers are speeding, which means driving beyond stipulated speed limits by the law. So we have a hanging fruit with a law, which is the statutory instrument 129 of 2015, section 64, subsection B2, which requires that every public passenger carrying vehicle must be fitted with a speed limiting or a speed monitoring device. As we bring this particular episode of alerting each other on the dangers which lie in using our roads, we have that particular incident, the road traffic fatality of a South African bound bus which killed 5 innocent lives because of speeding. So what we are saying is simple. In order to avoid the continuous loss of lives and limbs and property, we must demand that drivers slow down. How? We simply must implement the law which stipulates that every public passenger carrying vehicle must be fitted with a speed governor. Apart from a speed monitoring device, a governor is going to make sure that no matter what, the driver has no choice to go beyond the stipulated speed. That does not require foreign currency. It requires us to throw boxes away and not think outside boxes, but think afresh. So this is a clarion call to our operators, to our policymakers, to ensure that vehicles are fitted with a speed governor. It has worked in other places in the region. A very good example is our Kigali in Rwanda. Every public passenger carrying vehicle is fitted with that gadget. They have been able to contain and reduce road fatalities up to 10%. So this is critical. We cannot reinvent the wheel. The law is there. We must apply that particular law. So there you are, operators. You have been missing in the matrix of road safety. You need to make sure that your vehicles have speed governors apart from the tracking system. This is our story.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to extend its condolences to families of 5 people who perished in the road traffic accident which occurred at the 129-kilometer peg near Rutenga along Masvingo Beitbridge Road. We would also like to wish speedy recovery to those who were injured. The following people are on the police wanted list. Wilfred Jessamine, aged 27, of house number 227, Chinomora Road, Ruwa, is wanted by Ruwa Police for a case of fraud. Patson Masugume of Chapora Village, Chief Staudze, Beitbridge, is being hunted by Beitbridge Rural Police for a rape case. Zwimba Police is looking for a rape suspect, Mukove Mtandagavi, aged 33, of Mtandagavi Village, Chief Zwimba, in Zwimba. Anyone with information that may help the police in locating any of these suspects should report to any nearest police station. The ZRP is rebranding and embracing technology to innovate and modernize its operations for economic development. This was the message at this year's edition of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show, which was held in Harare recently. Our reporter, Eliot Kutsai-Kanyani, visited the ZRP Pavilion.
It has been a carnival atmosphere right here at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show, where the Zimbabwe Republic Police was exhibiting under the theme ZRP, rebranding and embracing technology, innovation and modernization for economic development. A theme precisely in tandem with the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show itself, which ran as adopt, accentuate and accelerate technology, innovation and modernization, of course focusing on the sectors of manufacturing, mining and agriculture. Crime Watch also caught up with the staff officer, ZRP Press, Public and International Relations, that is Chief Superintendent Blessmo Chishaka, to hear more on this year's exhibition.
We are at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show 2019 exhibition, where we are exhibiting under the theme Zimbabwe Republic Police rebranding and embracing technology, innovation and modernization for economic growth. What basically we are saying is, as the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we are in the process of re-looking at ourselves and looking at the policing activities that we are giving to members of the public and trying to improve on those policing activities, coming up with robust strategies to ensure that we become effective in our policing. And we are also embracing the aspect of technology. You will appreciate that as the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we have also joined the information superhighway. And as we speak right now, most of our police stations, like for instance, Harare Central Police Station, is now operating a drone system where we actually monitor activities that are happening in and around Harare. We are also saying the drones that we have acquired as the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we can also use them to track and check what is happening in the farming communities, so that whenever we see something suspicious happening in the farming communities, we can then unleash the human component. In any case, we have defaulted 2019 as the year of training of our police officers. Why did we do that? We want to refocus the minds of our police officers so that they are responsive to the needs and aspirations of the members of the public that we police.
Right here, we are inside the ZRP Pavilion, where we caught up with some of the police exhibitors who talked with us about the various police initiatives being used in fighting crime.
Here we are talking about accelerating economic growth through public engagement, where we are just saying as ZRP, we need to engage the public in policing matters. This is where we are roping in members of the public at all levels to say they should participate in the fight against the crime.
As an organization, we do not condone corruption. We are simply saying our officers should not be corrupt. If you encounter any incidents of corruption, please make a report to senior officers within the Zimbabwe Republic Police.
As the ZRP, we are involved in various agricultural projects such as horticulture and animal husbandry. Our produce from our farms, we use it for corporate social responsibility to feed the vulnerable groups such as orphans and old people. We also use our produce to feed our police officers who will be on training institutions for self-sustenance.
So as Police Software Development Team, we developed a crime statistics management system which collects data concerning crime from all police stations in Zimbabwe. This is providing very critical information to our police command in formulating crime strategies, and it enables our command to channel material and human resources towards those areas where commission of crime is very high. That is to say, we have developed an office automation system as well as a decision support system for the organization.
At this year's exhibition, the Zimbabwe Republic Police attracted multitudes of people, and Crime Watch managed to talk to some of them who said they learned a lot about the roles and operations of the police.
Unofana kujoina junior core club kuitira kuti kana warepo unokwanisa kuripota kudzidzisi kumbere kana kuti kumapurisa nekuti anzi apa ufana kubatwa kana ukafana kubatwa nekuti anzi kuno kumapurisa anzi zvinosungisa nekuti unenge watoabhusa mwana wemunhu.
Tadzidza kuti madrugs anokanganisa especially health yemunhu ane ma-side effects, ma-health side effects akawandisa.
Quality of the exhibition is good. It's very informative. Inotiudza kuti chii chinoitika muchipurisa in various departments nepurpose yavo musociety medu. The exhibition was extremely good, excellent. Keep it up, ZRP.
As the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we are saying this is clear evidence that we are in this together with members of the public.
From the Commissioner General of Police, Tandabantu Godwin Matanga, the Crime Watch team, and the ZRP as a whole, and indeed on my own behalf, would like to thank you for supporting us throughout the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show for the year 2019. And this week's episode is going to end here, right at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show. And of course, we would like to thank Onisisa Sivanda, who was doing all the work in the studio, as well as the Crime Watch team behind the scenes. Until we meet again next time, yes, do remember that life is like a shadow. 1 minute is there, the next minute it could be gone. Why not take every second and use it to fight crime? Until next time, it's bye-bye for now.